Welcome back to EFC TV. This is the My Startline Show versus Chelsea. Tough one, but hopefully we get a result. Hopefully we get a good result. Hopefully we get either a point or a good result at Stamford Bridge. You never know, it could happen. I believe we'll see. Obviously, okay. Let's get started. Obviously in goal. Okay. In goal, number 1, Pickford again. He didn't make. It wasn't so great against Man City, but again, he did make some good saves in that game, so Kit stays in. Then obviously I'm going back for number 19 Mykolenko, number 32 brantwaite. Now obviously now there's a bit of a change because one, as you guys probably all know, James Tarkowski is out for the season, so he's got a hamstring surgery, I believe. So again, I think who can put Keane there. Last time we did that, we got beat, so I'm not doing that, right? And I'm thinking, who can play? They could play. We've got who can play. Because got them to play. They play. But again, I'm thinking, who can play that? And I thought, you know what? And I thought, we could bring Jacob Bryan where he's now, put him in centre back, and then you'd have Patterson on that side, so it could work. I'm thinking, it might work, it might not work. You never know. It works, good. Doesn't work, we'll know. And so yeah, I'd go with obviously. Then I'm thinking I've gone with number 15, O Brien again. So I'm thinking, so why doing that? It's because James Tarkowski that, and I refuse to play that game because he is not a good defender. People say he is not a good defender. I'm sorry, but he's not good. Right? I've watched him. Okay, listen, believe me, I've watched Everton long. You know what? I've watched Everton a long time. Really have. He's not a good defender. He can't defend. As well as that, he also makes me nervous as well. He also makes me nervous when he plays. He makes me nervous, like really nervous. Like he makes me just nervous. Yeah, I think most as well, but yeah, he does. Yeah. Then obviously, okay, then obviously right back. I've gone with number 2, Patterson, a player in my opinion who deserves to be given another chance, who deserves to be given another chance and a run really in the team. Okay, you know what? Listen, you know what? Okay. You know what? That's right. You never know. Maybe he might suit playing. No, I was going to say he's playing right gunner, but I was going to play he's right gunner, but I can't say he's right. Obviously, can't say I'm not saying that you get used to. Obviously, I've got number 2. Perhaps I go past because one's a player in my opinion. I think he deserves a chance in the team a little bit now. I also think, this is a game for him that I think he can prove to Moyes that he has what it takes to play in that position at right back in the team as well. I think he does that. I can see him probably doing that. But again, I think Moyes probably will go with Bryan there. But again, I just feel, you know what? But I think with Targas being out, I've asked for Angon, right? So you got Keane there, but we all know that ends not great. But we go with O Brien then. It might work out, it might not. We never know. So whatever. Now, I think with Patterson, maybe playing Patterson on that side could help him, get used to playing a role in obviously in the near future when on for next season. So again, you think maybe that work, might not work. You never know. But hopefully it will work. Hopefully those players, O'Brien and Patterson, work in the position to play in, and hopefully it works. Because I'm just hoping it works. Because it doesn't, I'll look like an idiot. So. I don't know. That was the midfield. I've gone with number 27, just a guy. Again, a player that, I think obviously he's been linked with Saudi Arabia. I think more recently he's been linked with move to Saudi Arabia, and I believe he's been linked with move to Saudi Arabia again. It'd be a shame to see him re-go, but I think we just go, he goes. It'd be a shame to see him go. You know what? Me personally, I'd love to see him stay where he would, but again, if he goes, that's it. But again, he's a brilliant player for Everton. He's an absolutely brilliant, amazing midfielder for us. Defensively good. I think he's had like the odd game where he's dropped off, obviously. But again, what was that? But I was like to 4. I think he's an amazing, brilliant player really for us. But yeah, I'm just going guy. Obviously, there was midfield. And obviously, next time I've gone number 37, James Garner. I know James Garner is not a brilliant player, but again, I think there's other players like obviously Aleraez play there. There's obviously Tim and Brian, but again, I think I think like the last game, obviously against Man City, he didn't play brilliant well, but again, he's a player. He does a decent job. He does a good decent job in midfield. He doesn't make many mistakes. So again, I've got to go with obviously what we know. So James Garner. Then obviously Okay, then I was okay. Then I was in the middle. I've gone with number 16. I applied Doucoure again. I know a lot of people think, oh, Doucoure, why you pick him? I pick him because one's gone. Normally I would go with aleraez. Believe me, I want it. I really do. But I can't go because again, because one, Chelsea obviously are a very good team. Like, I think defensively they're good. Tackling, they've got players could, score goals. So again, we've got to go with a player who will control the game, who will get hold of it and just make the game. We'll control the game in our favour, and then we could, maybe get a chance back. But again, I'm going to go because of that as well. Is that right? He hasn't had too bad a performance more recently, so I've got to go for Corey. Then obviously on the left and the right up the midfield, I've gone with number 10, Ndiaye again. Didn't have a great game against Man City, but again, he wasn't brilliantly, or he didn't do brilliantly good, or he didn't do brilliantly well or good. But again, you know what? He was a player. He did a good job. He did do a decently. He wasn't bad. He wasn't awful. Okay, he wasn't great or brilliant because he wasn't. But he wasn't awful or bad. So again, you know what? I think Midnight, he's a player. He has. The reason I'm going Ndiaye because one in the reason why I've gone Ndiaye. The reason why I've gone Ndiaye because I think Ndiaye is a player that he's got pace. He can score. That's score. I think that's because one, he's got pace. Obviously, he's got speed. He's got pace. He can create chances, score a goal. He's done that again. You've got his team going right. Okay, if you keep someone who's done that, and he made it all the time, but he'll have that thing where he'll do it. So again, oh yeah, that'll work. Then on the other side, I've gone with Patterson. Everyone knows my feeling about Jack Harrison, obviously, in this channel. But there's the reason why I've gone with Harrison because one, I think Harrison. Yeah, so Ndiaye. That's number 10. Obviously, Corey. That's number 10, Ndiaye, and then obviously on the left I've got number 11, Harrison. Again, I've gone with Harrison because one, I think Harrison, he's a player. You know what? He works hard. He's got speed and all that. He does a job on the wing. He does. Pardon. I think Earls. That's weird. Harrison. Okay, the reason I'm Harrison because one. I think it's one. He works hard. He's got speed. He can create chances as well as that. Right. The only thing that really annoys about him is he gets up halfway up the pitch. Right. So obviously where the opponent's penalty areas where obviously the goalkeepers as you were, and he just stands still, turns around and like stop doing that. But the thing if he stopped doing that, I go, you know what? I'd say yeah, he's a really good player and all that. I'd say that. But again, that's the only thing with him is that. Apart from that, apart from that, he has done a decently good / job. He works hard. He's got speed. He can, he has. I think it's one. He works hard. He's got speed. He can, he gets the quick chances. Okay, he does that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Harrison. I don't know him do it, but gonna have to because there's Richie. No one else can play there. Richie, there's no one else in the team can play there. Believe me, there's McNeil, but again, he's a player that obviously, in my opinion, he's not one I really play there because again, he plays there. He doesn't always do great there. No one plays Mel, which is better because they play him there. Okay, then obviously up front. Then obviously up front, I've gone with number 14, Beto. Normally, you know what? I was actually thinking of playing starting Chermiti against Chelsea, but I thought because the game Chelsea are a very good team. And, there's no Chelsea aren't our weird team because they are. But I also think what? I think we're better, right? I think like once the ball's passed to Beto, he does not create chance, but I think once the ball's given to Beto, he does create chances. Not great. I think he does create a chance and he also scores. I think there's no saying that Beto can't chance. There's no saying that Beto can't go chance because he can't. But I think once Beto is given the ball, he does create a chance and then scores the goal. But again, I think with Beto, he's a player that you want to give it to him, he'll want to get the ball, create a chance and then score it. So again, he's that type of player. But if he had someone like Chermiti player, again, we don't know how well he would have done because again, I think he's only played a few minutes. He's only played a few really for obviously the under-21s. I think that's the under-21s. Yeah, I think if you know what, I was really tempted to start Chermiti, but again I thought against Chelsea, I think it would be a perfect game. It would be a perfect game. It would be a perfect game. It would. I'm thinking like like a few minutes after a few minutes in the game where like 45 or 60 minutes in the game where you might get tired and all that, and then as well as that, right? I think he has played a few, but again, I think like I said before, I think he does need to get some submits in his legs and needs to play more, and then he'll obviously learn from there, and then he'll get that experience by playing more. So again, I'm trying to take myself there, but again, obviously me personally, I'm going back to because again, I think this game's one that's come tough, but again, I think Chermiti come on as a sub in the second half of the game, we could probably do that, but again, hopefully Moyes does that and he brings on really, but yeah. A run for the substitution now. Substitutions on 31 Begovic, number 75 Dixon. Obviously Chermiti, like I said before. On 23 Coleman, I think he's back. And then obviously 24 aleraez. Then number 7 McNeil, and obviously number 42 iroegbunam again. Obviously guys, let me know thoughts, comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What team would you go with? Would you go with a better team, or would you go with the same team I've gone with, or would you go with a completely different team? Would you go with like Chermiti, players like Chermiti and obviously aleraez? Would you go with those players, or would you? Obviously, what would you do as well? What would you do in that situation? Would you do what I did, or would you do something completely different? Or obviously let me know your thoughts. Obviously let me know your thoughts, comments below as well. Yeah, let us know. Obviously, and I'd love to know as well. Yeah, I always said it, yeah. Sorry about that. Sometimes I forget I've always said it, really. Weird, aren't they? Okay. You know what? Like, seriously, on squad right, I'd really appreciate it. You know what? Like, I'd really appreciate the support. You know what, Ralph? You want to see great video content, like stuff, obviously, match previews, match reactions, my 11 shows. I also want to see exclusive videos, like stuff. Mykolenko live show with topics, obviously other great video content, like great videos or content or videos like that as well. You know what? And I'd really appreciate the support. It helps the channel keep going, improve, get better, so we can do more great videos, and so we can just keep doing it. I really appreciate it, obviously. Yeah. So subscribe to EFC TV at youtube.com. It massively helps out. It does. No, really, guys, it does. It helps out massively. So I really appreciate that. Yeah. Obviously, we appreciate it. Obviously, we appreciate it. Yeah. You know what? And also really appreciate it. You would share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter.com. Also, don't forget to share it on any of your other socials as well. Obviously, TikTok or whatever you want, really. Obviously, share it on there as well. Not TikTok, but obviously share it on any of the social media sites. You guys will share it on there as well. Yeah. Obviously, and you can also follow me at Twitter.com at EFC TV. So yeah.